Hi students, in previous class we discussed about introduction of power electronics. Now we are going to discuss what are power semiconductor devices and its applications. In this we are going to study different power semiconductor devices and how their applications will be in our power sector. So for this you refer PS Bhimra Power Electronics and MH Rashid Power Electronic Circuit Devices and Applications and also BK Bose Modern Power Electronics and DC Drives. In this, the lecture learning outcomes are you're able to understand what are the different power semiconductor devices, maximum ratings of power semiconductor devices, that mean voltage and current ratings, and applications of power semiconductor devices in various sectors. Coming to definition of power semiconductor device, a power semiconductor device is a semiconductor device used to used as a switch or rectifier in power electronics. Example in switch mode power supply. Switch mode power supply means your battery charging. So here the rectifier converts AC to DC. Semiconductor devices are nothing but electronic components that is exploit the electronic properties of semiconductor materials like silicon, germanium, as well as organic semiconductors, which are manufactured both discrete devices, integrated circuits, which consist of few billions of ICs and they are using in the power electronics. Coming to classifications, there are two types of semiconductors, intrinsic and eccentric, that is pure and impure. In impure, we have p-type and n-type semiconductors. Coming to the, by adding impurities to pure semiconductor, we have to get p-type and n-type. So adding impurities is known as doping. This is the doping levels of semiconductor layers. For normal dope, it is 10 to the power of 16. For heavily doped, it is 10 to the power of 19 centimeter cube for both p-type and n-types of conductors. Coming to power semiconductor devices, these in this the power semiconductor device is used to use it for switch mode. There is a on and off. Whenever the power semiconductor device is on, it is forward biased. It acts as a short circuit. The latter, it is off and it acts as open circuit. Coming to classification of power semiconductor devices, they are classified as three types: diodes, thyristors, and transistors. In diodes, there will be three. At thyristors, there are different types of thyristors, that is SCR family, and there is various transistors, MOSFET. Coming to based on two terminals, the classification is of power semiconductor device. There are two terminal device and three terminal device. So P diode, Schottky diode comes to two terminal, and MOSFET, JFET, IGBT, UJT, thyristor is coming to three terminal devices. And classification based on controllability, the semiconductor classified into three types: uncontrolled device, semi-controlled, and fully controlled. Based on controls, there is uncontrolled two terminal, uncontrolled turn off, three terminal, controlled turn on, and uncontrolled turn off. And then there is fully controlled, the control turn on, control turn off. This is a history which is discussed in the previous class, history of semiconductor. Initially is how vacuum tubes, now present we are using digital signal processing, that is IGBT, power MOSFET, thyristor semiconductor devices. There are the types of power semiconductor device detail: diode, thyristors. There are SCR, silicon control rectifier, LASCR, light activated SCR, GTO, gate turn off thyristor, and MCT, mass control thyristor. Coming to transistors, there is a BJT, MOSFET, and IGBT. So coming to ratings of the power electron device, this is a diode and its symbol and its voltage rating is 5000 into 5 volts and 5000 amperes. SCR 730 voltage 5000 amperes. LESCR, this is a symbol of LESCR and it is a ratings of 6000 voltage 3000 amperes. RCT, reverse connect thyristor, its voltage rating 2500 volts and current rating 400 amps. GTO 5000 volts by 3000 ampere ratings and have 2500 and 500 amperes. These are the symbols of these three devices and there is an operating frequency. Coming to MCT, it is voltage ranging 200 volts, 40 amperes. This is a symbol of MCT, and the frequency is 20 kilohertz. And this is a triac. Triac will get by adding two SCRs in anti-parallel. This is voltage rating 1200 volts, and current rating is 1000 amperes. And next, the transistor BJT bipolar junction transistor. We have three term emitter, base, collector, and its voltage rating 1400 volts and current rating is 400 amperes. The operating frequency 10 kilohertz. MOSFET, it is N channel MOSFET. So we have three terminals gate, source, drain, and the voltage rating 1000 volts and current rating is 50 amps. It is operated frequency is very high frequency, that is 50 kilohertz. These two devices. And next six, it is simple and its voltage rating is 200 volts and current rating is 300 amperes. And next IGBT, you have three terminals emitter, gate, collector, and the voltage rating is 1200 volts, 500 amperes. Coming to advantages of power semiconductor device, they are highly reliable and there is a less loss of power and they're more efficient and they have the fast response and also have long life and small size. Disadvantages as low overload capacity, few harmonics are generated, thus the initial cost is very expensive. Coming to applications of power semiconductor device, they have wide applications. In automotive, they are used for alternators, regulators, ignition, stereotypes, and entertainment, power supplies, stereo, radio, and television. In appliances, in drill motors, mixers, we are going to use power electric. Future possibility. So these are the future possibilities of MOSFETs, IGBTs, and ultimate CMOS ICT applications. These unique properties of diamond have potential for new power devices, particularly high voltage applications. So coming to reflections part, you have to concentrate on these three classification of power devices. That is going to cover in your first chapter, diodes, thyristors, transistors. What are the different types of diodes and what are the different types of thyristors, their symbols and their voltage ratings. You have to analyze it and also you have to study the classification based on terminals. So today what are the two terminal devices and what are the three terminal devices and how they are classified. You have to analyze the various devices which belongs to two terminal and three terminal device. So there is some questions you have to answer the all questions. So you have to know what is the definition of power semiconductor device and symbol of LASR, classification of various types of power transistors, and write the advantage and disadvantage of power semiconductor devices. Thank you. In next class, we are going to introduce power diode and characteristics of power diodes and reverse recovery characteristics and also various types of power diodes in detail. Thank you. Have a nice day.